What's up, guys? This is going to be a review on the Tier 7 Russian heavy tank, the IS, as you can see right here. And I'm going to go ahead and talk about the armor, and then later on go to the garage, talk about the stats and how the tank plays and all that type of stuff. And then eventually I'm going to upload a gameplay video, which is going to be separate, so you guys could check out gameplay of the IS. So let's start off with the armor. We got 120 millimeters in the front, and this is what's labeled in the game. Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say what the game tells you the armor is. So it's 120 in the front. On the side we got 90 and 60 millimeters on the rear. And now for the turret, the game says 100 on the front of the turret and 90 on the side and rear. But as you can see right here on Tank Inspector, they got it all nicely laid out. And you can see there's spots that are not 120. Well, this is pretty normal for world tanks to do this or whatever. All the tanks, not all the tanks. Like when I first started playing, I thought if it said 200 millimeters or 100 millimeters or whatever, I thought the whole tank was 100 millimeters. But obviously there's weak spots and stuff. But yeah, you can see there's different pieces, that there's separate armor profiles, I guess you want to call it, different sections and stuff. But yeah, the 120 millimeter part are these parts right here that are highlighted right now, that are blinking. 129 effective. This is about 130 millimeters effectively. But if you shoot these little, like more to the side, you get this 170 and stuff, because this is the little bit angling right here you got going on right here. So obviously if you shoot angled parts, it's gonna go up higher. We got 200 something over here. So pretty much if you shoot dead on in the middle or center area right here, we're looking at about 130 effective armor. This spot right here looks about, I guess, 150. It's kind of a weird spot though. No one really shoots right there. The other spot that's 120 millimeter is this little thin strip right here above the lower plate. And yeah, it's pretty flat. It's not really angled or anything. Even if you angle the tank, 130. Okay, so it goes up to like 140, so it's pretty weak. No sloping, pretty much. So about 135 effective armor right there. Now we look at the 100 millimeters of effective armor, or not effective armor, I mean, but 100 millimeters of just thick armor. Are these spots right here that are blinking. We got the shoulder plates right here, which these will bounce shots, and these turret cheeks right here, I guess. You got ricochet zones, depending what angle it is or whatever. But we're looking about 140 right here, and the other one 101, 108. Yeah, let's just say about 120. So it really depends on the angle, of how you're shooting or whatever. This middle spot here is also 100 millimeters thick, but it's about effectively about almost 110. Yeah, like about 110. The lower plate is 100 millimeters thick, which is pretty, that's a lot of armor for lower plate. But you can see it's not really angled well or anything. It gets up to about 130 armor, or effective armor, I mean. Above the strip we got about 118, so about 120 right there. But yeah, these shoulder plates will have bouncing shots. I mean, or bounce shots. I mean, sorry about that. We got ricochet zones, 180. So it's pretty strong right here on these little shoulders, obviously, because I mean, just look at the sloping and angling right here. I mean, if you shoot, it's just gonna ricochet off. Now, no, I got this at 90 millimeters, so that's 90 millimeters would ricochet off this area, but if I higher the caliber, probably change or whatever. But yeah, this is what 90 millimeters. But as you can see, the armor is pretty much strong though. If you shoot the shoulders from the front at this type of angle right there, they're pretty much gonna just fly off to the side, aka ricocheting. We got 70 millimeters of armor right here, which is, as you can see right here, nicely angled. We got a ricochet zone over here. Gets about 75 millimeters. Well, once you're over 70 degrees or whatever, or an angle of 70 degrees, it's automatically a ricochet zone, I think. So see, right here we got 68, 67, and then right here we go to 75. It's already instantly ricochet zone. So this is pretty nicely angled armor right here. It's about 60, 70, yeah, 60, yeah, like 67 degrees angled right here. But it's only 70, millimeters thick, so it's not, unless you shoot right here, you're not really gonna bounce too much off here because it's pretty much about 150 effective armor. Obviously, if you angle it, it's gonna be better. So I mean, yeah, there's chance of bouncing shots right here. People shoot right there, especially from the lower tiers, which will bounce from there easily. What else we got over here? We got, yeah, the 90 millimeter spots. Obviously, the side and the rear of the turret are 90 millimeters. Also, the cupola. Cupola's pretty flat, pretty weak. So yeah, it's gonna be easy to pin that. So side of the turret sucks. The rear sucks also. Not really that strong. What else? 60 millimeters. Yeah, there's like a thin strip over here. Pretty much, you're not gonna be able to shoot that. I think from right here, from this angle. Even if you do, it's ricochet zone because unless you have 180, higher than 180, caliber gun, you're just gonna ricochet off that. Obviously, the 45 is gonna be. Where is that 45 at? Well, I don't really see the 45 armor over here, but it's alright, we'll just skip that. Right here near the turret area, I guess turret ring area, it's 35 millimeters, 30 millimeters on the roof of the turret and the whole armor, so, or on top of the whole armor. So Artie's gonna wreck the tank pretty much. And yeah, what else can we talk about? Well, as you guys saw, this is the armor pretty much of the tank. It's really not that strong. Obviously, if you're playing tier 5 against tier 5 heavy tanks, or tier 5 tanks, you're gonna bounce a lot of shots because you're gonna be top tier, obviously. But tiers 8 and 9, you're most likely not gonna bounce much because I think this tank, I mean, it has okay armor. I'm not gonna say it's made out of butter or whatever, like they'll just go through it, but I mean, yeah, you could get lucky and look at 200 something armor right here and whatnot. And I know the manlet and the turret area, you could troll right here, 200. What the hell was that? 271. So there, you got some, I guess, some of that Russian magic troll armor, or something like that they put in the tank. But yeah, most likely you're not really gonna bounce much at tier 8 and 9 because tank it's not really that really not that well armored, pretty much, I would say. Tier 7, you're going to bounce some shots, but really not that much. Well, really, the lower tiers are the ones that are going to be, getting those bounces for you. You're going to be ricocheting off them. Tier 5s will really struggle. Probably won't pen you unless they load gold and shoot that lower plate. Because, I mean, look at that 130 effective armor. That'll bounce a lot of tier 5 tanks. But once you get to tier 6, some of them will most likely, pen you easily. But yeah. It really depends on what type of tier 6 tank shooting you. The tank destroyers probably will easily pen you, but other tanks with crappier guns probably won't be able to pen you as easily. But pretty much tiers 5 and 6 will struggle, to pen you. But once you get to tier 7, you're gonna start getting pen more. Tier 8 and 9, you're pretty much just gonna be butter. They're just gonna go through your armor pretty easily. So I would rate this tank to have pretty, I guess, good armor for the lower tiers, but once you get to 7, 8, and 9, you pretty much don't have much armor. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about the armor. Let's just check out the substats right here real quick. Yeah, it's just a lot of substats. I guess you guys can pause the video or whatever and just look through here. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna rate the armor pretty okay. Not bad at all, but obviously higher tiers gonna go through it easily. Tiers 8 and 9 will go through it. It's decent for tier 7 and really good for tiers 5 and 6, and obviously crappy for the tier 8 and 9 because they have very high very high pen guns. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna go to the garage now and go over the stats and how this tank plays and all that. So I'll see you guys. Alright guys, I'm back. As you can see right here, I'm in the garage, and here's my IS right here. As you can see, I already have it deleted, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, let's go over the stats. We got 1,230 hit points, which is not that much, but for tier 7 heavy tank, I think that's it's okay, you know, it's not too little, not too much. Let's just compare it to the Tiger P. Tiger P has way more, 200 something more, but you know, yeah, it's just I guess how they balance the game or whatever. Because you know this thing has a nice derp gun, which I'm gonna talk about a little bit later on during the video. But yeah, the tank weighs about 47 tons with this equipment right here. It got a nice 700 horsepower engine, which as you can see right here, that's the top engine, stock engine 600 horsepower. So nice boost right here, and I think this engine costed a lot to, you know, unlock or whatever. I guess I could check that real quick. Let me see, how much did that cost? Engine. Oh wow, that cost a lot, 26k to unlock the engine, the top engine on here. But it transfers over to the IS3, ISU, and Object 704. So it's worth it if you're gonna, you know, get the IS3 and that extra horsepower. So yeah, pretty good horsepower on the engine right there. I don't think they got the no, they don't got the horsepower per ton ratio or whatever. But yeah, pretty good engine power on this thing. It doesn't, you know, it picks up speed pretty nicely, especially with, you know, max crew or whatever. It's pretty mobile, I would say, for, you know, for a heavy tank. It's a lot more mobile than this thing right here. Obviously this thing weighs a lot more, and it only has a 670 horsepower engine, and this thing weighs about 15 tons less and has a little bit more engine power. But you know, this is not, you know, including, you know, those substats that like the terrain resistance and all that. But yeah, we're talking about the engine power and whatnot. So this is a pretty mobile tank for a heavy tank. Top speed is at 34, which is, if you compare it to this tank, we got that's actually has less top speed. But you know, Tiger P is you're not really gonna see that top speed anyway, because it's slow to accelerate. But yeah, top speed of 34, and it will reach the speed easily, you know, on flat ground or whatever. So you will see that speed. So I would say the top speed's pretty decent compared to the other tier 7 heavy tanks. I do got some on here. Scope them out. Yeah, I got the black prints. Obviously this thing's just slow. I had a lot more, but I keep on selling and buying them back. But yeah, anyways, it's pretty decent speed for a tier 7 heavy tank. Here we go. We got 35 degrees, you know, for the track traverse speed. That's pretty good right there. That means, you know, it's pretty mobile, it turns fast, which is really nice compared to this tank, 22. This one right here, 20. So a lot more mobile right here. This thing, you know, you could possibly play it as a medium tank if you equip this 100mm gun, or you could just, you know, use the derp, you know, flank like a medium tank and just, you know, derp them and then, you know, bend back up or whatever. But yeah, really nice traverse speed on this tank, 35 degrees, a lot better than the KV3, which I'll just go ahead and take a look at real quick, just to compare real quick. Had a mastery badge on that. Wow, 16 degrees traverse speed. That's pretty crappy, and I'm pretty sure that's stock. Yep, even with the upgrade tracks, only 18 degrees. So pretty much as almost like just by 1 point short. If this was 36, it'd be double the amount of mobility with the track traverse. So that like I said, that would be meaning, you know, it turns a lot quicker and whatnot. So you know, that's pretty nice to have on a heavy tank, since most heavy tanks are just slow and sluggish and, you know, turn really slow. So this thing has a really nice traverse speed pretty much. We went over the armor already. Then shell damage, yeah, as you can see right here, I have, you know, the 122mm, which is pretty much what everybody uses on the IS, because, you know, this tank's pretty much a brawler. You know, it doesn't really have that much thick armor, but it's a brawler. You know, just peek and then shoot, and then, you know, back up again. You know, so just shoot, back up, and hide for a couple seconds to reload, and then shoot him again, and then, you know, back up again. That's pretty much how you play this tank. But here are the stats of the gun right here. I'd say that's a decent pen right there, 175, decent for, you know, tier 7, possibly tier 8. But once you get to tier 9, you're gonna need the gold rounds, obviously, because you're not gonna pen much with 175 pen. Even at tier 8, there's a lot of strong heavy tanks that will bounce that easily. so you might have to load gold a lot. Rate of fire right there, and this is my actual reload time right here, 10.38 right here. So it reloads fairly quick. You know, doesn't take 13 seconds or something like that. It's pretty decent reload speed for the damage that that you can inflict. You can inflict up to 488 right here, and obviously the standard's 390, and that's with AP and APCR, not HE. Yeah, the pen, it's pretty decent pen, 175. I'd say that's pretty good. Not as good as Tiger P. Tiger P got this nice 8.8 or 88 millimeter gun, which has 203 pen. But yeah, that's a different tank, different gun. But yeah, this is still a pretty decent gun, and the other gun choices would be the same. I think it's the same stats. This gun right here weighs 10 more I guess kilograms more, and it's pretty much the same gun except it just reloads slower. So you obviously wouldn't want to use this. This is from the KV85. This gun right here is actually pretty good. Nice, way better accuracy, way better aim time. It actually has a little bit more APCR pen, which would help with the higher tiers. But obviously, it's only a 100 millimeter gun, 250 damage. Has same pen as the AP and APCR. But yeah, a lot of people really don't use this gun because you play this tank to derp. You want to just do damage. You don't want to play like a medium tank on this thing. But I mean, if you want to play it as a medium, then go ahead and use this gun. But I would suggest everybody use this gun right here. This is the best gun on the tank, I would say. If you're trying to brawl and stuff, you're trying to play the tank how it's supposed to be played as a brawler, pretty much. Rate of fire went over that. Turbo traverse speed 28 degrees, not bad at all. Yeah, these other tanks. Oh, actually, BP has a little bit more, but yeah, that's kind of weird, but that's nice for the BP. But yeah, 28 degrees traverse speed. That's pretty okay, pretty decent, View range obviously is gonna suck. This is a Russian tank, and most Russian tanks have crappy ass view range. And according to this, my actual view range is 357, obviously because I'm upgraded or whatever. And I got ventilation and all that good stuff. So yeah, Russian tanks, crappy view range. So yeah, no one really cares about view range anyway. Signal range, really, no one really even cares about that at all. And obviously this is with the top radio. Stock radio sucks, 440, but pretty much all tanks suck stock anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about the stats. For the equipment, you guys want to use obviously a large tank caliber gun rammer to reload quicker and do more damage. Ventilation is my preference, but I mean this helps the whole tank overall, and it's nice. The handgun lane drive, obviously this thing will also help because this tank's gun, the top gun, long aim fucking time. This shit takes forever to aim and shit. So you want to get this. I would say this and this are necessities. The gun rammer and the gun lane drive. This could be your own preference. But I mean, what else? What's your other options you got here? I mean, coated optics? No, not really. You're not a medium tank. You don't got good view range, so yeah. I mean, maybe a toolbox, but no. Yeah, I would say ventilation would be your best choice. Crew skills. Right now I got a 6th Sense and Mentor. I like using Mentor so I could level up my crew skills faster. But repairs, obviously I'm gonna get that next. This is obviously a necessity because you're a heavy tank. They're gonna take out your tracks, and you need to get moving. You don't want to stay still for a long time. RD will shoot you and do a lot of damage or one shot you. So yeah, you don't want to stay there for a long time. So repairs is pretty much a must, and oops, sorry about that. That shit cut off. But yeah, like I was saying, repairs is a necessity, and yeah, all heavy tanks pretty much need it. For my gunner, I got Deadeye, which helps a lot because, well, I would say it helps a lot, but it helps do more more module damage, especially since this is a high caliber gun, 122 millimeters. You're going to inflict a lot of damage, and this will help a bit. And obviously I got repairs. And what else a good skill? Snapshot would be a good skill. Yeah, that'd probably be it for that. Driver skills, I got this skill right here, which is preventative maintenance. This is so you won't catch on fire as much. And Russian tanks, I think they catch on fire. They don't catch on fire too much like German tanks or Chinese tanks, but still, this will help, so you won't catch on fire. And then obviously I got repairs right here. Clutch braking would also a good skill to get. Helps with turning and whatnot, and that really helps all heavy tanks. So I would suggest getting clutch braking. Smooth ride, not really. Off-road driving, yeah, why not? You want to move a little bit better, with this slow ass heavy tanks. This tank's not really that slow, but this will obviously help. Loader skills, most loader skills, or actually all loader skills, they're not really that good, but I got adrenaline rush. Yeah, I just got it pretty much because I had this thing 100% and I just wanted to switch it out for another skill, so I got this. And yeah, I mean, adrenaline rush will help, obviously. If you're low on HP and whatnot, you'll be able to reload quicker, but you're not going to really use it too much because most likely they're going to kill you if you get to that low of HP. But there's some of those games where you have low HP and you're still alive, and you're doing damage, bouncing shots. So obviously, pretty okay skill right there. Repairs, obviously, like I said, is a must. You got to get that on your heavy tanks. Yeah, I don't really care too much about these other skills. Obviously, bows and arms are going to be good skills. So once you have good skills already on your tank, you might want to get this if you want to maybe plan on keeping the tank or switching the crew out. Bows and arms, pretty good skill. Overall makes your tank better. So I would get that. Safe stowage, obviously, more ammo rack durability. So why not? Why not get it? So yeah, that's pretty much. I don't know. That's pretty much all I got to say about this tank. I mean, what else can I talk about? The stock grind. What's stock grind? Oh well, yeah. Stock grind's gonna suck. You get this shitty ass gun. So yeah, stock grind sucks on this tank. And this module was very expensive. So I mean, it's gonna be kind of a grind. I mean, I just barely unlocked my IS-3, which is kind of why I made the review, because I wanted to sell the IS, because I might buy it back later on, but I want to get the money so I can get this beast of a tank right here, IS-3. As you can see, I already got the BL9 from when I had from my STI, and I just need the tracks and the turret. Probably gonna free XP those. But yeah, this tank I would pretty good for tier 7. Very nice gun. Good mobility for a heavy tank. That's armor. It could be okay and decent for tier 7 and lower, but once you get to tier 8 and 9, it's butter. They'll go through it easily. 200 pen guns will just go through it no problem. Especially if they're just shooting the lower plate. Lower plate's weak, like we talked about earlier on the armor review or whatever. Yeah, what else is there to say about this tank? It's like I said, it's pretty good for a tier 7 tank. It's good, good gun. Moves well. But yeah, just play this thing as a brawler, and try not to get shot back. Just derp them, take cover, reload, shoot them back again, and just keep repeating. It's a brawler, but it's not a close range brawler. Like you can't. It ain't the KV3. It doesn't have that much armor, because like I said, the armor's really not too good. But yeah, I mean, if you're top tier, yeah, why not go ahead and just get up to their face and derp them or whatever, and you're probably bounce some shots. But yeah, that's pretty much all I really got to say about this tank, guys. It's pretty decent tank at tier 7. Especially if you like doing high damage, you like heavy tanks. It's mobile. Armor is really not too good, but I mean, it can work sometimes. So yeah, guys, I'll be doing my gameplay videos soon, hopefully. And yeah, just be on the lookout for some more videos. So I'll see you guys later.